What's up, world? It's the Leo season, so let's go ahead and talk about how the Leos relate with every sign. All right, so let's go ahead and start with how Leos relate with other fire signs. And with Leo being a fire sign itself, then these should be great relationships. But let's start with the Leo and another Leo. So with two Leos together, this will be a strong relationship, of course, because they have a lot in common, but also because they're just big on love and attention, all right? And if they're both charming and they both want to be loved, they're going to do what it takes to love each other. The problem will come is if these two Leos may have may have some competitive energy. So they may be competing for more love and attention from other people as well, all right? If they're not content with the love and attention they're giving each other, they're going to start competing to find more love and more attention from elsewhere, all right? So that's how two Leos will relate with each other. Now we got the Leo and the Sagittarius. A Leo will get along very well with a Sag, not only because it's a fire sign, but because the Leos are big on expressing themselves. And actually, the Sagittarius are very big on expressing themselves as well. They love to express their spirituality and individuality, while the Leos love to express the things that they love and enjoy. The problem may come is where the Leo just might be a little too shallow for the Sagittarius. Sagittarius like to do things for a strong spiritual reason, for a strong principle or a doctrine. So if this is a type of Sag that's just not all about being wild, fun, and free, and they actually have some principles, then this Leo might just be too shallow for them, all right? That's really the main difference that will cause them not to get along. But overall, Sagittarius are very much free-spirited people, and they like to have fun and enjoy themselves as well, just like the Leos. But Leos may not be as spiritual as the Sag. Last fire sign, we got the Aries. And outside of two Leos together, Leos probably do the best with Aries, just because the Aries are some of the most action-oriented people out there. They're always ready to do something. And all the Leos looking for is somebody to have fun and enjoy themselves with. And the Aries is the one sign that's almost always ready to do so. And so that is how these two relate very well. And also the fact that Aries love attention just as much as the Leos. Even though they may not show that or express that, they truly love the attention that the Leo could bring them as well. That is what makes these two signs very relatable, all right? And that is also how Leos relate with all the fire signs. Next is the earth signs. So how do Leos relate with the earth signs? With Leo being fire, they're going to be very much high energy, expressive, imaginative people, while the fire signs are going to be a lot more laid back and reserved people. So it's going to be very hard for them to get along. But let's talk about the Leos and Virgos to start off. A Leo and a Virgo will only get along if the Leo is a very much observant and a much more realistic Leo than a typical Leo, right? If they're too big on their imagination and their creativity, then it will be a hard relationship, because the Virgos are very critical and fault-finding people, right? They're going to point out all the negative things they see, and the Leos are just too much of loving people to dish out hate or negative things. So this relationship will not work in the long run. Maybe short term, but in the long run, it will just be too much negative energy for the Leo to handle. All right, now let's go to the Capricorn. So how do Leos relate with the Capricorn? A Leo and a Capricorn will relate very good only if they are relating within their workplace or within a similar career. If the Leo and the Capricorn are working in the same place, then this can be a very strong relationship, because the Capricorns only want love and attention like the Leos when it's within their career, when it's within their place of work. This is what the Capricorn is all about. Love and attention comes with money and assets. So if the Leos finds the same love and attention within their career or within their workplace, then this the only way they get along good with the Capricorn. Outside of that, the Capricorn is not sensitive enough or not loving enough to care about the Leo's feelings or what the Leo wants, all right? So outside of workplace, a Leo and a Capricorn won't be a great relationship. Last earth sign is the Taurus. It's not how well do Leos relate with a Taurus. They're actually going to relate pretty decent with a Taurus, much better than they do with the other earth signs, just because Tauruses are just simply one of the best relating signs out there, and also because the Taurus is gonna be creative enough to relate with the Leo's creativity as well. Taurus is gonna be the most creative earth sign, so they're gonna be good at relating and also being sensitive to the love and attention that the Leo desires. All right, they're gonna understand and care a little more about that to be able to relate with the Leos better than other earth signs. All right, so that's really how the Leos get along with the Tauruses and all the earth signs. Okay, now we got the air signs. How well do Leos relate with the air signs? They're gonna relate much better with air signs just because air signs love to spread news and information, which the Leos love to receive because they're always looking for what's getting the most attention. But let's talk about the Leos and Libras. A Leo and a Libra are gonna get along very well with each other just because they're both looking to be the same person almost. They both want to be looked at in the same image by other people. They want to be seen as loving, peaceful people that are just very charming and easy to talk to. All right, this is how the Leo and Libra want to be seen as, and they often go about doing this in the same way, usually in the same negative way, right? So you could catch a lot of Leos and Libras as partners in crime. They share the same negativity. They tell the same lies. All right, they do a lot of the same wrongs more than they do a lot of the same rights. All right, so that's really how the Leos and Libra get along, more as partners in crime. Next is the Aquariuses. Now this is the air sign that Leos have the most trouble with, just because the Aquariuses just come off as their complete opposites. All right, the Aquariuses really don't mind getting love and attention like the Leos. They actually could care less for love and attention like the Leo. So if this is a Leo that really is headstrong about getting love and attention from other people, then they will have no type of relationship with the Aquariuses, because the Aquariuses could care less about getting love and attention. But if the Leos doesn't really care about getting a lot of attention from other people, this could be a very solid relationship. This Aquarius would be somebody that Leo could learn a lot from, and vice versa. Last air sign we got is the Geminis, which Leos do fairly well with due to the Geminis being fun, childlike people, just like the Leos. Geminis can also be very much intellectual people, but they're not as critical as, say, the Virgos are, which allows them to get along much better with the Leos due to them both having like childlike, playful energy with each other. And this is really how the Leos get along with the Geminis and all the air signs. Libras being a favorite, then Gemini, and Aquarius last. Okay, now we got the water signs. Now Leos actually don't do too bad with the water signs. Even though water puts out fire, Leos actually have a decent relationships with the water signs. So let's start with the Leos and Scorpios. A Leo and a Scorpio can get along very well together if they share a similar passion or an ambition. All right, the Scorpios are actually very high energy for a water sign. They kind of have a fire energy as well. So with us, with a Leo, if they have the similar passions, they're both gonna want the same love and attraction to whatever they're passionate about. And that is big because Leo's not gonna find that same energy from other water signs, but they will from a Scorpio. And that's why they work best with a Scorpio out of all the water signs. Next, we got the Pisces. Now, Leos actually relate very well with the Pisces due to them both having a big, crazy imagination. All right, no two signs have a crazier imagination than the Leos and Pisces, and this is really where they get along the greatest at, because they're both gonna be super creative. They're both gonna have super fantasy-like minds. On the bad end, they both could be very much delusional, and they both could be very much crazy in the mind. All right, so they share the same positives and the same negatives when it comes to relating with each other. Last water sign is the Cancers. Now Leos relate very well with a Cancer as long as they're vibing on the same level. All right, they're both either gotta be very much private people, or they both gotta be very much open people. If the Leo and Cancer are both private and they want to receive their love and attention in private ways, if they're both open people, very extroverted, then they want to receive their love and attention in extroverted ways. And if this is how they operate, then this is how they will get along and relate well with each other. And that's really how the Leos get along with Cancers and all the water signs. Scorpio being number one, Pisces, then Cancer.